Lower this a little bit. Boop, boop. Okay, that's it. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be the best thing in the world. Boop, 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 boop. What's the one thing that you've wanted to do more than anything in your entire life? What's the one thing that you're like, man, if only I could make money off of it? This is Quit Your Damn Job, and it's a podcast where I help you, maybe, see the inspiration within yourself by finding stories from other people, because that's how I learned the best. I love the stories of people who have been going down one path only to realize, you know what, this may not be the right path, taking a chance on themselves, and then going down a completely different path only to realize that they are so happy. The thing I think is the most impressive, incredible, and fascinating about our own lives is that we are only as happy as we are aware that we can be. We are only as happy as we have ever been before. And that's where I want to start with my story. So flashback, I was 12 years old and I was listening to Rick Dees in the weekly top 40 every single weekend. If I ever get the chance to meet Rick Dees, I will probably die. I'm not even kidding. Every single weekend, I would drive down to Salt Lake with my mom. We would hit I-215, and for some reason, one year, it was like every time we hit the exact same spot on I-215 in Salt Lake City, Bottoms Up by Trey Songz and Nicki Minaj would come on, and I was like, yep, this is it. This is my calling. I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. I remember telling my mom one day, Mom, I want to be a DJ, because the art, the talent, and the tact that Rick Dees went forward and put together his show was something that I honestly admired. And bless my mom, because she was like, you can do anything you want to, sweetheart, which I still believe to this day, depending on how much work, how much time you put into it, because you can't just like wing, and now I am Ryan Seacrest. For some people, it happens like that, but for the most part, it's a lot of hard work. Flash forward to 19-year-old McCall. I moved to Vernal, Utah because I met the man of my dreams. He's so hunky. But I ended up going out there with him, and I was working at a bank at the time, and I listened to one of the radio stations that was on there, and I said to him one day, I want to be on air. I love this radio station. Like, it's so eclectic. It doesn't really have any sort of form, which I discovered later was probably not a good thing, but it was something that I absolutely loved. And he said, okay, so do it. One day while I was working at the bank, a lady came into the drive-thru, and I will never forget running across the lobby in my high heels, in my tight dress, saying, excuse me, hey, how do I get a job at the radio station? And she's like, well, you just come in and you talk to boss man. So I came in and I talked to boss man. It took me a couple of weeks to get in contact with him, but eventually I ended up going in. I said, hi, my name's McCall and I want a job. I remember the look on the guy's face as soon as I said that, because he was sitting in his office. The lady up at the front was like, okay, I'll talk to him and I'll let him know. And I remember seeing him lean back in his chair and look out the door like, who the crap is coming into my house right now? I walked into his office. He asked me, why do you want to be a DJ? And I said, well, because I think I'd be really good at it. I really like music. I love Rick Dees, and I want to get the opportunity to, chase my dreams. And he was like, okay, I'm sure he was like,
you are a psychopath.
Ended up having the opportunity to go and intern for a couple of weeks. Totally crazy timing, but I ended up getting put into an afternoon shift. I knew nothing about what I was doing. I had no idea what was happening. For the first probably month or so, I sounded like Delilah, which there's nothing wrong with Delilah, but that's not who I am at all. I didn't realize that I could just use my own voice. I thought that I had to oh, hello and welcome to. It's not like that. That's not how it goes. I ended up going and talking to the people at the bank who are my managers. I'm so grateful to have been surrounded by such good people and such supportive people, because I went and told my managers, I said, look, this is a huge opportunity for me. And they said, okay, cool. We'll let it be so that you work every single day, 8 until 1:30 or 8 until 2 or something like that. So you can be off and then you can go do your job over at the radio station, which was just amazing. Like, thinking about it now, it's so cool how supportive everybody was as soon as I decided that this was what I was going to do. Now, after about 4 years of working at the bank, we decided that we wanted to go and look at a house in Cache Valley, which is beautiful. We've always loved Cache Valley. Dustin and I both have. And looking at this house, I remember we drove out and I remember hearing a commercial on the radio about the Utah Broadcasters Association job fair. We came out and looked at this beautiful home. It needed some love. It needed to be repaired, and thank heavens that we had the opportunity to be able to move into it. But we looked at this house. We drove home. I heard the commercial. I told Dustin, I think I'm going to go And check this out, because at this point in time, I think we had already decided that we were going to make an offer on the house. So I came into town, which was a 3.5-hour drive. I went into Salt Lake City on a Wednesday, and I met with a couple of different people to see if I could have a job. Well, we were planning on maybe moving back to Cache Valley within like 3 years or so. And that time got moved way, way up, because we ended up moving up within 3 months, because I had the opportunity to be on the morning show and actually chase my dream. Now, my heart is full like every single day of my life. I am so grateful for the ability that I have to be able to move up here. I'm so thankful for the flexibility that Dustin has had, because Dustin has been my rock in this entire move. He built me a studio. He moved to Cache Valley and worked from home for a little bit. And he has been just such an important part of my life and important part of me being able to chase my dreams. I'm thankful for my co-host. His name is AJ. He's literally one of my best friends in the entire world. But I thought when I was living in Vernal and I was working at the bank and I was doing my thing, I thought I was so happy, and I had no idea how much happier I could be. Every day, I swear, every single day, I end up crying about how overwhelmed I am with just gratitude. I remember just thinking back the other day about how incredible it is to have such a passion for something and then be involved in something that other people also have a passion for. There is something bigger for you. I'm so excited for this podcast, and I'm so excited to introduce you to the guests that I have in the coming weeks who have taken the chance on themselves to quit their jobs and pursue the thing that they are passionate about. Because sometimes it just takes that one chance on yourself, that one, well, maybe, just maybe if I do this. It's incredible, the doors, the opportunities, and the options that are going to open up for you. I want to hear your story. I want to hear what you're passionate about. Please send me a message and tell me the thing that you're passionate about. And if you have somebody in your life that has taken a chance on themselves to open a door and find a brand new job, a brand new passion, and just springboarded into the happiest life that they have ever imagined, please get them in contact with me. Email themccalltaylor@gmail.com. You can also just hit me up on all social media at themccalltaylor. Truth of the matter is, there are way too many miserable people in this world, and I cannot sit back and believe that you working your 9-to-5 job, complaining, hating your life, being miserable every single day, going home, making dinner, hopefully you're making dinner, going to bed, waking up to do it all over again is all there is in this life. I hope the stories inspire you to do something that's outside of your comfort zone. And if they don't inspire you, I hope they at least entertain you. I just think you deserve to be happier than you could have ever imagined. This is a feeling that I wouldn't give up for anything in the entire world. And I think you deserve it. Quit your damn job and do the thing that you want to do.